The countdown is on. CHAN 2024 is finally here. And right here on Sporty Monday, we've got you fully covered. From the bustling streets of Nairobi to the high-octane energy in Kampala and the electric vibe in Dar es Salaam. We are bringing you a 360-degree coverage of the African Nation Championship CHAN. And yes, Silas Short will break it all down, what CHAN means for the region in terms of football, tourism, jobs, and opportunity. But it's not just about football. We also dive deep into athletics, from Emmanuel Wanyonyi's steely performance at the London Diamond League to a shocking twist in Ruth Chepngetij's celebrated career after her suspension by the Athletics Integrity Unit. And in the transfer window, oh yes, it's buzzing, and we have all the latest on who's moving where and what it means for local and international clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sporty Monday. I'm your host, Isaac Swila Tijan, and as always, I'm joined by Ziti Jimoy and, of course, Kevin Otenga. Steve Shitera is on the road, but we are good to go. Let's get the ball rolling with the question of the day, where we are seeking your views. And we are asking you, what are your thoughts as East Africa readies to host CHAN 2024? What are your thoughts as East Africa readies to host CHAN 2024? We want to hear from you. We are on Facebook. We are on X as well. You can X us at CitizenTV Kenya, at Isaac Swila, at ZTGMoi, and we'll be sampling some of your feedback. Hashtag is Sporty Monday. So let's get this conversation going, and we want to hear your thoughts, which we will be sampling during this program. And as promised, our top story is all about CHAN, and it's all system go ahead of the delayed African Nations Championship CHAN 2024, as Kenya put the final touches ahead of the showpiece. And as Steve Shitera reports, all the venues earmarked for the competition, the stadia and training venues have been given a thumbs up ahead of the football extravaganza that is set to run from August 2nd to 30th.
President William Ruto's recent visit to Kasarani served as a nod of approval for the iconic Kenya Sports Cathedral, the imposing 60,000-seater Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, which is set to host both the final match and the closing ceremony of the CHAN 2024. The stadium, which now boasts of two modern training grounds, Kasarani Annex 1 and Annex 2, was handed over to the local organizing committee last week after a 2-year closure for major renovations. With the facelift complete, President Ruto expressed satisfaction with the progress, affirming Kenya's readiness to welcome Africa to Nairobi.
I made the decision that we bid for the hosting rights because I believed in this country, because I believed in trust, and I believed in our ability to host this business.
The Nyayo National Stadium, which also underwent major facelift, has been handed to the local organizing committee.
Kwa hivyo leo tutapokea funguo ya kiwanja hii.
Sports CS Salim Vuria and his interior counterpart Kipchumba Murkomen expressing confidence in Kenya's ability to deliver a world-class tournament. Nyayo Stadium will also serve as the official headquarters for the CHAN 2024 tournament, which will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania.
And this is another opportunity, again, for all Kenyans to rally behind our Harambee Stars. But not just behind our Harambee Stars, it is also an opportunity for national pride.
Ben McCarthy, our head coach.
Meanwhile, Coach Benny McCarthy has led the Harambee Stars into camp as they prepare for a tough Group A battle that includes DRC, Angola, Morocco and Burkina Faso.
I've been very impressed by most players in the training session.
This marks Kenya's debut in the CHAN tournament, which was launched by CAF to offer local-based players exposure on the continental stage. The challenge is now on the Stars and coach Benny McCarthy to rise to the occasion and make the home team shine on home soil, even as LOC rallies the fans to fill up the stadium. Steve Oshitera for Sporty Monday, Nairobi.
Thank you, Steve Shitera, with that report there. And of course, CHAN 2024 is the biggest story, of course, beginning the last 2 weeks and will run through until August 30th. And Otenga, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Ziti, hujambo?
Si jambo, vipi?
I know you are so excited because you've been the biggest proponent of CHAN 2024.
Of course, I used to tell people that CHAN is coming to Kenya.
So you've been vindicated.
Kuna watu wale ambao walikuwa wanasema it is not coming. But again now, we are just on the actually tunahesabu days peke yake in the next maybe 1 week and a half.
1 week and a half.
Yes.
Basically, it's 1 week. I think next weekend.
Next weekend, yes.
Ngoma inaanza wanavyosema Waswahili. Probably Otenga, I'll begin with you. CHAN 2024. All systems go as Shitera report there, but it's been quite a bumpy road to get here. Probably, what's your perspective all the way, the preparations, having this competition pushed back because we were not ready, and finally, the ball is set to roll?
In fact, we were forced to be ready. But it's been a tough journey, and I'm yet to hear the hype. I'm yet to see the hype because I can only see it's journalists trying to create the hype around CHAN. But the local organizing committee is yet to do that work to create that hype that is needed to make sure that the CHAN itself gets the hype that is needed. And it might be a gamble because we might be shocked not to see so many fans in the stadium if this hype is not really created early enough. Because if, for example, Tanzania, you know, Tanzanians love football naturally. Kenyans also love football, but when you look at the fan base in Tanzania and in Kenya, when you compare the two countries, Tanzania is nowadays miles ahead of us. So
they love the game.
They love the game.
You see Simba playing Yanga
yes,
playing.
Simba Yanga playing.
Benjamin Mkapa Stadium, which is 60,000 seater, is usually filled to the rafters. At home, Gor even struggle to fill Nyayo.
Yes, and they have their own people like Haji Manara who creates that kind of hype. So it really needs a lot of work from the local organizing committee to create that hype, to market that particular tournament, because the marketing is still down. We saw the African Cup of Nations, the marketing that was done, the hype that was done, and we are yet to see that in CHAN. And you know, this will be a dress rehearsal for 2027 African Cup of Nations. If we are successful in hosting this CHAN, if it turns out to be a memorable event, it then shows that we will be ready for even hosting the African Cup of Nations. But if we do a shoddy work, and then it means that 2027 there will be also some doubts.
And Ziti, probably chime in.
About fans, I know they love football. The only prayer is that let Harambee Stars go through from group stages to the next level, because you can tell the way the stadium was very full during our first match in Nyayo Stadium after the renovation of Nyayo Stadium. A lot of fans came. I'm not worried about the fans. Sorry to take this away from you, Otenga. I'm not worried about the fans because I know a lot of Kenyan people love football. The only thing I'm worried is the marketing of the event. I can't. You go to the billboards around town. There's nothing that is there. Yes, no single billboard. No even a promo in TV, local TV stations that are supposed to hype for people in Mashinani to know this thing is happening. A lot of people maybe in Mashinani don't know about CHAN is happening. Only the people in Nairobi and maybe the people in the cities know about this CHAN. I've not seen the hype behind it. I've not seen even in social media the hype behind it, using even our our local, how do we call them? These people from the social media influencers. Yes, I've not seen that coming up. I know we are Kenyans and we always come for the last minute. I know Uganda, actually, billboards are there in Uganda. The Ugandan team are now in the camp, I think it's a month now. They started very early, and you can tell the hype behind it. I know the only hype that we have is visa-free now to come to Kenya for the fans who are coming to watch the games, and again for the, of course, the players who are traveling and everything. But again, I don't see hype, or we are not marketing anything, because we need to market our tourism. Now that we have a lot of people who are coming here, I need the tourism department, the tourism CS talking about this, not even about tourism. Of course, the transport, we need to know what has been put there, which roads are going to be closed, so that that sings in Kenyans, knowing that during the matches, I will not use the super highway, I will use this road. You know, those things are supposed to come out very clearly. Of course, we'll be told security it's okay. Security is just among them. I've not seen even some of the hotels here in Nairobi marketing their own hotels and coming out and telling people that you can come and stay here because we have ABCD3FGH, you know. We don't even see the local food being marketed. So I know we are really behind in marketing these. We are really, really behind.
Okay, that's a challenge. The hype, the noise. Ziti says a lot more needs to be done as we head to CHAN 2024. And of course, it's here. It's kicking off this coming weekend in the Tanzanian capital, Dar es Salaam. And now, as promised, we are going in all places. And right now, we want to cross over to Kampala, Uganda, where Grace Kemigisa, a sports journalist with the UBS TV, is on standby. Grace, a very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us here on Sporty Monday. Citizen TV, if you can hear me, CHAN 2024 is all but set. How is the situation in Kampala and Uganda at large? What's the pulse? Are you guys ready for the showpiece?
Good morning to you, everyone in studio and everyone viewing us. It's good to be here. Well, CHAN 2024, we have been ready since last year. You guys have been holding us back. But Uganda, for Uganda, the preparations, everything is underway. If you've been following, all the stadiums that need to be used have been worked on. Everything, the hotels have been worked on. The roads have been worked on. Nambole Stadium recently hosted the Rugby Africa Cup. So people that were there testified that the stadium is ready to host the different games that it has been given. We are given Group C, where Uganda is with Algeria and Niger, Guinea, and South Africa. So people are excited, especially those in the preparations. Just last week, over 1,000 volunteers were employed for the short term that will be serving during the CHAN tournament. So everything concerning the preparation, we are ready. When it comes to fan engagement, we are not far from you. I heard Zita say there is no advertisement, no billboards. It is similar here. The only difference is we are a sporting nation. We are more into football, so you find people are enthusiastic about every sporting event that is going to happen. So people have a rough idea that we have CHAN coming up, and immediately after the Rugby Africa Cup, it just gets better from here. And there is just that excitement, but it hasn't been as you would have seen that we've had in the AFCON qualifiers or the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. It is subtle, but we are hoping it's going to build on. Just last week, the local organizing committee said that it will have a CHAN trophy tour around Uganda, where it will get people engaged in knowing more about CHAN. So we hope that will also hype the crowds more. There have been some videos on social media advertising CHAN. My own station, we have a countdown for CHAN. It's now 13 days to CHAN, and we keep the countdown going. But it's not as big as we would have wanted it to be.
And Grace, you're saying it's not as big as you expected it to be. I know CAF have been conducting a lot of routine visits on the venues earmarked for the competition. There's the stadia and the training venues. As at now, what's the state of Nambole Stadium, or rather the Nelson Mandela Stadium, you call it Nambole, that is set to host this competition, and of course the requisite training grounds for the teams?
So we are hosting the games. The games will be played at Nambole Stadium, which is the Nelson Mandela Stadium. It's a 42,000 seater after the renovations and upgrades. And if you go there, the last thing that was supposed to be installed was the LED screens that were installed, I think, last week. So when you go there, everything for the games is ready. And as I've just said, the people that were at Nambole for the Rugby Africa Cup can testify. The entrances are worked on. The digital ticketing system is worked on. The roads leading to Nambole are worked on. The only problem is we have a lot of traffic in Kampala. So I don't know if on the days of the games we shall divert traffic. But you can see what...
I think talking of traffic, Grace, I think Nairobi is probably twice or thrice more than Kampala. And of course, my panelists here are looking forward to coming to Kampala for some of those games. And probably before I let you go, Grace, Uganda is set to host the third-place playoff. Dar es Salaam hosting the opening ceremony and the opening match. And of course, the curtains will come down in Nairobi. Probably, what do Ugandans think? Do they think they got the short end of the stick? Are they happy with hosting the third-place playoff?
Before I answer that, I just want to say other stadiums that were designated for training, the Kadiba Stadium is ready for the training for its role, because we just had our Sambik Cup finals there at the Kadiba Stadium. It's a newly established stadium, and if you go there for the purpose it was built, it's really ready. The Chambogo Stadium, also very ready. The Wankulukuku Stadium, waiting to only have light installment, so you can see it's ready. The other thing is the government has been doing a lot of road repairs and upgrades on the different roads that lead to the different training stadiums and Nambole and the hotels, so that is ready. Now, getting third place, we have not recovered from that third place award. No, honestly, hear me out. This is the first time Kenya is taking part in CHAN. Kenya was given an opportunity to host in 2018, and it turned us down. So why do you get final? But that said, going on the facts that were laid of why Kenya got this, it's because definitely Kasarani has a bigger seating capacity than Nambole, and we know the final brings everyone to come and watch this. But also the different technicalities that are around the final. The reason CAF gave was mainly Kenya was more suited to handle this, which we believe, and we hope in AFCON 2027 we get to the final.
Absolutely. That's Grace Kemigisa, a sports journalist with UBS TV in Kampala, Uganda, joining us live just to shed light on Uganda's readiness for the CHAN 2024. Remember, it's being hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania under the Pamoja bid, and of course, this is a precursor to AFCON 2027. Thank you very much, Grace, for making time for the program. And now I'll come to you, Tenga, probably. You can chime in. You've heard what Grace has said, eloquently put, and saying, Kenya, you guys, you got a chance to host it in 2018, but you couldn't.
Yeah, that was a challenge, but we've lived up to the challenge, and this year we've shown, despite the challenges that have been there, we've shown that we have the capability of hosting the final. And Kasarani Stadium being the largest stadium of them all, with the largest capacity, and then it means that you know, for a bigger event and the climax of it all, it has to be hosted in a quite bigger stadium, and also in a town with better facilities. Definitely Nairobi. Definitely Nairobi seats is better.
Actually, Swila was talking about the jam. Swila, we have the super highway.
We have the super highway.
Ukifunga huku chini, uambia ukifunga super highway, unasema watu waende na super highway. Huku chini watu. Yes, everyone choose the other. We have
actually,
super highway.
The entire Africa will be here, and Jacob. Actually, karibu sana. You know, he was running late because of the very traffic we are talking about. So, Jacob, karibu sana. Umesikia mdahalo kutoka jijini Kampala. And what came out for me there is the traffic nightmare in Kampala. And I think this is something we battle with every single day in Nairobi. Jacob.
Thank you for your kindness first. It was not about traffic. It's something more weighty. But we thank God we are here. I don't want to say that AFCON 2027, if the Pamoja bid is going to still work, the final will still be in Nairobi for so many reasons. I had
we can have the opening ceremony.
Opening and final.
Yes, because I've been privileged to cover sports in both capitals, Dar es Salaam and Kampala. And truth of the matter is, some of the things that you don't see in getting to Nairobi, for example, you know, one-way road, vehicles passing in opposite directions the way you want. That is the Kampala for you. Especially connecting from places like Kampala to, the side of Chireka, where there are some of the good hotels where people can lodge, the size of Bugolobi, you know. And so, leave aside the issues of which stadium is ready or not. Now, with Talanta, when Talanta will be ready, and Kasarani is ready, and Nyayo is ready, no question whatsoever, because AFCON will be bigger, more than CHAN, and therefore you imagine that we will be having more guests coming to East Africa. Some of these guests are guests who even clubs ask, where is our player going to? Maybe PSG will be asking, where is Hakimi going to? If he's coming to East Africa, is he going to any other hotel? You understand? And I want to borrow the words of the local organizing committee chairman, Nicholas Musonye, who told people that south of Sahara, apart from South Africa, we don't have any competitor when it comes to good hotels, you know, for that class of guests. And therefore...
That's no doubt.
That's no doubt.
Yes,
we are just good. So, sorry to our brothers in Dar es Salaam and Uganda, but it's good, you know. We want to go and sample everything, everywhere. I think what is coming out, again, and it's very important, as the good lady said there, is that there has been a problem of, talking about the tournament and marketing. The good thing she said about Uganda is that Uganda is a more sporting nation in her own words, and therefore it is not very difficult to tell people, come to the stadium, they'll come, no matter what. But I think this is one of the gaps that we need to work on as a region. Why? When you are not ready with the infrastructure early enough, you are likely to be obsessed with, are we going to be ready in terms of the stadium and all that? And you forget the other bit of marketing. You understand? And that one has been the case, because had we known from January that everything was ready, all the effort would have gone to the technical aspects of the team's preparation and, of course, the marketing. I think this is a lesson that we have learned going to 2027, God willing, all the countries should do better in the region. But allow me to say, and I want to borrow the words of Tobias Ochola, Juakali, you know. We hosted him on Radio Citizen last week, and he was saying that forget all the other things. Time for delivering the baby is here. Wherever the mother is found, whether on the road or the hospital, people have to take care of what is coming. Yes. And that's why we are saying now, we have been talking about the government. They have done their parts. If they scored 80, 90, whatever it is, they have done their part. We have talked about the coach. He's doing his bit. Right now, today, they're in Arusha, they are preparing with that friend against Tanzania. Now it is time for our fans. And we ask the question, as the 12th man, what is your responsibility? It is time to say that we have to go and make sure that we are present in those stadia.
Actually, Zita, before we cross over to Tanzania, and he has brought the next talking point, and that's preparations of the national team. The Stars are in Tanzania for a series of warm-up matches, if you so wish, ahead of this tourney. But the question has been, tunacheza kwetu. Waswahili kama Otengo watasema wacheza kwa utuzwa. But do you think the boys Coach Benny has assembled can last the distance. They can go past the group stages into the quarters, semis, and eventually, when the curtains come down, August 30th at Kasarani, we have our very own stars lining against whichever opposition.
I think when you're called to the national team, you need to step up to the occasion, because that is a very unasemanga jazz mzito sana, the one that you're putting on. So for me, I think as much as the coach has called you, it doesn't matter where you're playing. Is it defense? Is it the midfield? Is it the striking? You need to step up to the occasion so that he doesn't regret calling you, to giving you that national team call. And then something else, of course, I know he has been having issue with the strikers. That's why he had a lot of people coming in and trying a lot of people. Because of the strike. Of course, two of the top scorers in Kenya went to sign contract in Zambia. Now they're playing for the Zambian team, and that one, I think, got him off guard. So he had
some people like
Makwata, but he was dropped. So I think he has fixed that problem, and then the four nation tournament, it's going to help him and know what the preparation is all about. Of course, we'll be watching even as Kenyans, knowing where we need to fix, and then it will help him again, even fixing and again calling maybe someone that he thinks that he can play in that part. So something that I don't want to say that Ben McCarthy has not called a good team. Ben McCarthy has called a good team. It's up to the players to stand up and do the best for the nation, because you have been given the opportunity to play for the national team. You have to to step up to the occasion and give us the result. We will be there cheering for you guys. Of course, the 12th man, Isia was asking if you're going to be there. We will be there. I know Isia will be there. I know Swila will be there. I know Otenga will be there cheering for the nation and giving them all the credit that they need. And then something else that I know Kenyans love football, as I said in the beginning. We will be at the stadium. Stadium will be full. Kuna wale watu, I remember the first game after the renovation of Nyayo Stadium. I was doing the fan zone, and people told me that I am from Kitale, coming to watch the national team. I am from Nakuru. I am from Naivasha, coming to watch the national team play. So we are expecting, of course, a lot of people from all these regions coming to Nairobi to watch the national team. If you can host someone, please host them so that they get the excitement of watching the CHAN. If you can host even someone from...
I like that.
Someone, yes.
I like that.
True. If you can host someone from your village who wants to come and watch the CHAN, just host them for the
pay a ticket if possible.
And pay a ticket. It's 200 shillings alone.
Actually.
So, I know you was from, is it Siaya or Homa Bay? Siaya. Please, Swila, host even 5 people. Wakuwe tu wanalala hapo sitting room, and then they go watch the game. So I think these are the things that we need. We are saying that we need to market outside there. People have big houses. They want to host people from the village to come just to watch the national team play. So we need to market the CHAN, mpaka watu wa mashinani wajue. We have people who are there to host. I hope watakuwa wingi.
Can you host somebody?
Yes, me, I can host someone.
Maybe to add
I can host someone.
Maybe
Otenga, before you come.
Maybe.
And I won't host people from Homa Bay.
Yeah.
I'll gladly host people from the coast. But, you see, now, this is the moment, and just a study, go out there and support the stars. This only comes once in a lifetime, and we are very privileged to be hosting CHAN 2024. So Kasarani Stadium, newly refurbished, 60,000-seater, go fill it to the rafters. Nyayo Stadium, after refurbishment, the capacity has reduced from 30,000 to 18,000. So we need to go there, make it a carnival, rally behind stars, make some good noise as they take on the opponent. And of course, let's enjoy this, Otenga.
And maybe just to add something on the preparations, I'm not a happy man when it comes to preparations. And, this Four Nations tournament will really prove something, that if our team is ready or not. We are going to play with Tanzania, we are going to play with Senegal, and we are going to play with Uganda.
Round robin.
And all teams want to prove that they are ready. Because if we find ourselves being beaten by Tanzania, then fans will have to be worried. If we find ourselves being beaten by Uganda, fans will have to be worried. So I'm not a happy man when it comes to preparations. We've seen the mayhem that has been with the calling of some players and shifting out some players. A place called one day he's already out of the camp, some players, and I wonder why all this has been happening when all players could just be called once and then start shifting out, which you feel they are not ready or they are not really ready to put on that jersey. So and maybe when it comes to such decisions, you question why some things are happening within the camp. So we've not been really good when it comes to preparations, and we hope that the final squad that Coach Benny McCarthy is assembling will prove a point to the Kenyans. The government has tried to do its job. The team has to deliver. The first game we have to win, also to motivate the fans. Because when you don't win the first game, you'll demotivate the fans.
That thought, we now have Haika Kitaro online. Haika Kitaro is a sports journalist based in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And Haiko, hujambo, habari asubuhi. Kama unafuatilia mjadala hapa, labda tueleze nchini Tanzania hali ikoje? Je, mko tayari kwa CHAN? Mnajiandaa vilivyo?
Asante studio, habari za asubuhi.
Tuko salama.
Kwa Tanzania tuko tayari na tumejiandaa. Kama ambavyo mnajua, sisi ndio wenyeji wa michuano ya CHAN Afrika. Kwa hiyo kila kitu kiko tayari na tunawangoja tu wachezaji kutoka mataifa mbalimbali ambao wanashiriki michuano hii kuanza kuwasili nchini wakati wowote.
Labda umefuatilia kwa karibu mjadala hapa, lakini kikosi cha Taifa Stars labda wamejiandaa vipi? Hivi sasa wako kambini, kocha anasema nini? Kuna matumaini kwamba labda huenda wakafuzu na kusonga mbele kwenye kipute hiki?
Kikosi cha Tanzania kiko fiti, kiko sawa, kinaendelea na mazoezi, na kama ambavyo nimesema kwamba tumejiandaa vilivyo, na kama unavyojua Tanzania na wachezaji wenye uzoefu katika michuano mikubwa kutokea timu za Simba, Yanga na Azam FC. Kwa hiyo ni fursa pekee ambayo kwa Tanzania ni moja kwa moja tunaenda kufuzu katika michuano hii.
Swala lingine, ukiangalia uwanja wa kitaifa ama wa kimataifa wa Benjamin Mkapa na vile kule Zanzibar vile tutakuwa na mechi. Labda mpaka sasa hali ya viwanja iko namna gani?
Kwa upande wa Tanzania, viwanja vitakavyotumika ni viwanja viwili, cha Benjamin Mkapa hapa jijini Dar es Salaam, lakini pia kuna ule Amani Stadium kule visiwani Zanzibar. Na wa Zanzibar una uwezo kuchukua mashabiki 20,000 na ule wa Mkapa una uwezo kuchukua mashabiki 60,000. Viwanja vyote viko tayari.
Na kuna matumaini ukiangalia kikosi hicho cha Taifa Stars, labda wanaweza fika mbele kwenye kipute hiki, ama labda wataondolewa mapema? Kwa mtazamo wako, labda una yepi ya kusema kuhusu kikosi hicho cha Taifa Stars?
Mtazamo wangu ni kwamba Tanzania tutafanya vizuri, kwa sababu kwanza wenyeji ni nyumbani, na kama unavyojua kwa Mkapa hatoki mtu, naelewa lakini pia tuna wachezaji ambao wana uzoefu kama akina Faisal Salum, lakini kikina Mzize, au ni fursa tosha kwa Tanzania.
Hali usalama, labda serikali yasema nini kuhusu usalama na mambo kama hayo? Umesikia mdahalo hapa kuhusu hali ya barabara. Nairobi kuna traffic bila shaka, msongamano wa magari. Labda Dar es Salaam na Zanzibar bila shaka, serikali inasema nini kuhusu hali ya usalama?
Hali ya usalama ni shwari, lakini kunapokuwa na matukio makubwa kama hivyo, barabara huwa wanapewa kipaumbele wale watumiaji wa barabara kama wachezaji. Kwa hiyo swala la jamu litakuwa ni kitu cha tofauti kwa hapa Tanzania, na wachezaji wote watapewa kipaumbele pamoja na wale wachezaji wa kigeni. Barabara zitakuwa shwari.
Bila shaka. Huyu ni Haika Kitaro, mwanahabari kutoka nchini Tanzania, akijiunga nasi hapa moja kwa moja. Haika, labda wiki kesho tutaweza kuzungumza zaidi, labda utueleze ni yepi yatakuwa ya Nigeria ama yale ambayo yatakuwa yamejitokeza bila shaka. Na asante sana kujiunga nasi asubuhi ya leo.
Asante, karibu Tanzania.
Actually, it said I'm playing with Kenya today for the friendly matches. I thought you'll mention about it because we are the first match of the Four Nations tournament. Yes, tournament starts today, and we're playing against Tanzania. And you know we have to beat Tanzania.
And of course, there's rivalry there.
Yes, we have to beat Tanzania.
Yeah, it also brings the aspect of Dar es Salaam hosting the opening match and Nairobi the closing ceremony. And this actually will also be contested, even going to AFCON 2027. There's the school of thought that CAF wanted us to host both the opening and the closing. And remember, Nairobi has been picked as the headquarter of CHAN.
Yes. Before you go to that, let me just say something about what Otenga was saying. And really, as Kenyans now, we have to restrain ourselves so much concerning what we have seen already about the preparations. We have spoken many times about maybe the negative side of it. Now we have to focus so much. But there's something very critical he said, that this Four Nations tournament can be a blessing, but also a curse to either of the three nations within East Africa. Because if you show the fans that you are doing well within these matches, because Kenya is playing Tanzania today, on Thursday we play Senegal, then we finish with Uganda on Sunday, then there will be a reason for the fans to say, yeah, we can do something, you understand? But if a coach does not perform well in this Four Nations tournament, it can demoralize the fans. And so my advice would be, I know sometimes when people are preparing for a major tournament, you reserve some energy during the friendlies. But there's going to be a very delicate balance, knowing that every coach within the East Africa, the Ugandan coach, the Kenyan coach, the Tanzanian coach, want to show fans that there is something to expect. And even for Benny, for sure, I think we have to get it right, even in the friendlies. That is important. But concerning the squad, I have to bring something historical here. We were a little bit in a crisis, and I don't envy Benny so much this time around, because he is coming to a team, and we have a major tournament that you require to play with local-based players only, getting the baton from a coach who did not believe in local players. If you remember Engin Firat, he was on record many times that the quality of our league is not good. So he was saying all the time he want to rely with on internationals.
And actually we saw him bring a lot of players who trace their origin from Kenya, probably by birth, or maybe their parents were Kenyans. And so quite a number of that. And my problem with that, sorry, before you come in, and my problem with that is was like he was bringing in players maybe who plays 2 minutes in the foreign leagues. Yes, in the foreign leagues. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes. I was like, these players in Kenya play, they play 90 minutes in the game. Why do that?
Yeah, and so maybe for some reason he was justified maybe to do what he was doing. But now you see, that denied the current coach now a chance of finding a lot of players who have been very active. You understand? So again, we understand. For example, there was a whole debate about people sometimes have been speaking, saying a player like Michael Olunga has not been giving enough. But when you look at any time you try to assemble a striking, partnership without him, it's always like a crisis. And there people get to appreciate how important he is. So this is a good chance for the coach now, and even for us as Kenyans, to see what can we do with the local boys. And you see, Haika Kimaro, who just spoke to us from Dar es Salaam, one thing they may get a disadvantage is that you look at their top teams like Yanga and Simba, 70% of their squads is made by the internationals from other countries, even from West Africa and North Africa. And like Gor Mahia and like Bandari and like AFC Leopards. So at least for them, at least for us, we may benefit from, our local players fitting in the top ones fitting in our top clubs here. But for them, because of using players from very different countries. And that is the case of North Africa, when we come to Egypt, Morocco, and the rest. The countries that have been using more of their players locally should actually get more benefit when you get this tournament.
Absolutely. Before we change gears and go to Ruth Chepngetich, we are asking you in the question of the day. Question of the day, what are your thoughts as Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania ready to host CHAN 2024? What are your thoughts as Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania ready to host CHAN 2024. We want to hear from you, so pick your phone and text us 22422. That's the SMS lines, and of course, Ibra will be able to sample some of your texts there. We are also on social media on Facebook. There's that question there. You can interact with it. We are also on X. You can X us at Isaac Swila, at CitizenTV Kenya, at ZTG Moi, or Jacob is here, and we will be sampling some.